Welcome everybody. You've probably heard some bits and pieces of this. I know a couple of people are telling me they've heard about it from various individuals, which was news to me because I'd like to know what they were telling everybody. But just as, and I know these are kind of sarcastic questions, so please forgive me, but if you know me, I'm pretty sarcastic. How many of y'all love redoing your syllabus every single semester? How many of y'all love putting it into SharePoint and figuring SharePoint out every semester? Okay.
Not too bad.
Oh, you'd be surprised. So this will take care of everything for you, all that. And I will tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if you can fill in the blanks, if you can literally type in text field, this will be a walk in the park for you. It is so nice. It helps us out immensely. So I really want to get to the demonstration because that's what everybody cares about. But I do need to go through a few things just to tell you what Simple Syllabus is. It's got a lot of nice features. I thought it was one of the easiest systems that I've used so far and the most intuitive to learn. So basically, what is it? Well, here's Simple Syllabus's definition. I'm not going to read it to you.
Hey guys, we can't see anything.
Yeah.
They told me I didn't have to do anything. I'm not the Zoom admin. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Get one of the wonderful instructors.
I'm
there
looking
with
for the
hot
share
mic.
button. There it is. See multiple screens. It's going to drop. There we go. Can y'all see? Well, wait, it's still loading.
Yep, we got it.
Okay, good deal. That is so crazy because you'd think it'd be nice for me to see on that screen what they're seeing.
Well, you can.
Oh, you can set it up that way?
They put the share often shows up over there, so you still read them, but that's a John's.
If you haven't figured it out yet, I teach online. So anyway, that is the standard definition according to Simple Syllabus. Basically, what it is, it's an integration into Canvas, an LTI. So, and a fill-in-the-blank template for us. Our administrators and myself and Deb as the administrator of Simple Syllabus can put things in a template, require them, and we'll show you that you can't change. Such things as they require the academic integrity policy to be in the syllabus. Hey, it's already there for you. You can't change it. But we also require that your office hours be posted on your syllabus. But you have to put those in, right? You can't save it and submit it without you putting in the office hours. Now, it's basically a fill in the blank. You can personalize your content too. Biggest complaint I heard is, I want control of my syllabus. You have control over your syllabus. It's the best of both worlds. There's required things and there's personalized content that you can put in for your course. So we'll get to that in the demonstration as well. But the whole idea here is to take the burden off faculty and allow you to seamlessly duplicate your syllabus from one semester to the next, or if you're teaching multiple Business 100 classes, to create one and reuse that for multiple sections with making some minor changes. Then it's automatically available into a centralized repository as well, so you don't have to take that extra step to put it in the SharePoint. It's automatically there for you. And I'm probably jumping all around my slides, but it also goes a step further, and anybody with a Reynolds account can look up a syllabus. So if you're advising somebody and they want to know what Business 100 is about, and you're an education faculty or early childhood faculty member, you can look up a Business 100 syllabus and let the students see it. Simple Syllabus takes it a step further. We're not there yet. I don't know if we ever will decide to do this, but a big thing is you can take your syllabi and make them publicly available too. So if a student's thinking about taking your class, they can go online and see a syllabus. If a student is going to a 4-year or wants to go to a 4-year that we might not have an articulation agreement with, but they want to know, will this class transfer? Somebody from that university can look at the syllabus and say, yes, it can, or no, it won't, or we need more information. All without us having to do anything particular. So it is a direct LTI in Canvas. You can get to it from a separate website as well with single sign-on that we were able to take care of. So meaning that once you're signed into My Reynolds, you can just go to the Simple Syllabus website or launch it within Canvas. You don't have to sign it again. Yes. LTI is an integration to Canvas. So any tool that you put into Canvas and it looks like it works in Canvas is an LTI, essentially. It's going to appear on your course menu. It'll appear as named Simple Syllabus. I'll show you my syllabus because I'm piloting it out starting next week in just a few minutes. Again, single sign-on, so we don't have to worry about multiple sign-ons. And then again, we have a separate portal. It's just reynolds.simplesyllabus.com, and you can log into it that way as well. Don't know why you ever would, but you can. It's nice because as soon as you hit submit, any student has immediate access to it. That's in your Canvas course site. Okay. So of course your Canvas site will have to be published. It appears instantaneously as completed. You'll see in a minute that you will have a to-do list for your Simple Syllabus courses and a completed side. So once you're obviously done and completed, it will move yours to the completed. You can still edit it, etc., either in Canvas or in the separate URL. But your administrators, your deans will automatically know too that you've completed your syllabus. And then we've already talked about the centralized repository, and I'll show you that as well in just a few minutes. As I mentioned earlier, we do have an institutional template. Right now, we have one template, a Reynolds template. Knowing the deans, and I've already talked to several of them, and I'm going to use the wrong school names now because they just changed, and I'm not used to all these long acronyms now. Okay, STEM will want their own template, right? Humanities will want another template, right? So they are each able to have it by school, the template and what goes in there. But right now, you're going to have a lot of preloaded content. Now, this preloaded content comes from SIS, and we have to rely on our SIS peeps to get the data to me so I can send it to Simple Syllabus every semester. If you go into your syllabus and it doesn't have certain things, wasn't in the SIS file. For instance, my ed tech class didn't have the course objectives in there, right? So I just had to go in there, copy and paste.
Course objectives aren't in SIS.
They are, you just don't know about it. So they are in the back end of SIS, just like course materials, course prerequisites, everything is in SIS essentially. But generally speaking, if this information is in SIS for your course, it is there. So for my course, is the course name, section number, my name, the course description, the course modality, online, face-to-face, etc. In there, my course objectives were not. Okay, my prereq was not, so I had to put that in manually. My required materials, there are none, but for mine, if the bookstore has them in their file, that's where I get that file from. So if the bookstore has in their file that your course requires this text, it will automatically be in there as well. And then any required policy language by the administrators, from Dr. Dwyer down to the deans, they decide what language must be in there. And I'll show you that in a minute. And then a Canvas assignment thing. And you'll see this in a minute. All your assignments that are in Canvas with a due date will automatically be brought into Simple Syllabus for you for your assignment grid, if you will. And it does not come from that in the syllabus in Canvas, that course schedule. It does not come from there. So if you choose to hide that, that's okay. It actually triggers all the due dates internally in the Canvas. If you update something in Canvas, you can either manually sync it with Simple Syllabus, just a quick refresh button, or you can wait till the next day, it updates overnight, then it'll be there. Okay. If you delete it out of the Simple Syllabus, it will not delete it out of your Canvas course site. Okay. But if whatever you do in Canvas will be reflected in Simple Syllabus. It's not a two-way street. And this will all make a lot of sense when I show it to you in a minute. So what are some of the benefits? We've talked about that. Yes.
If the required materials are pulling from the bookstore, sometimes the bookstore likes to add recommended materials that aren't good from the instructor. Will those pull? Okay.
Only required.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yep. Unless the bookstore puts it in the required field, then it's a different thing. But I have no control of that.
DJ, another question.
Yes, ma'am.
The bookstore stuff. Bookstore doesn't always have the right books listed. Yep. Right, everybody else.
Frequently.
Frequent mistakes.
Right. I can't do anything. Whatever the bookstore gives me, it's called an HEOA file. Whatever's in their file gets put in here. What I could say is if that happens, then you would need to report that to, and we'll have, this is why we're not fully implementing it yet. We'll talk about the implementation schedule in a minute. If that happens, my assumption would be you would need to report it to your department chair, to your dean. Your deans would have to compile a list and they'd have to work with the bookstore to get that correct. Because there's nothing I can go in and just say, in your course, fix this, or you can't. But you can add additional materials or supplemental materials or notes as well. So you can always put in there, this text is not available or does not need to be here if that happens. But there's no way that Stephanie's early childhood CHD, I don't know, I'm making up a number, 140. She says, oh, there's a mistake here. We need it updated. Then I get a new file from the bookstore. Send it to Simple Syllabus. Then you come to me next day. There's no way we could do that. That's just not possible. We have to rely on the file from the bookstore. So that's going to be a conversation. I think the deans are also going to have department chairs. We need to make sure this is right. And we're going to have to set a deadline for it because we need it every semester. So that's a very good point. Yes, ma'am.
What's the plan for an open access course?
There are no required materials in an open access course.
So it'll just say no materials required.
It'll just be blank and you can put in there, I think I put in mine, this course uses open educational resources. No materials are required to be purchased for this course. So
Same thing for OER.
Yep.
And, okay.
Yep.
and open.
Absolutely.
So it'll just be blank and then the instructor puts what they want to do.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
You can add to that, you just can't take away what rolls over from the bookstore.
Correct. Correct. So here's some of the benefits for you. We've kind of already talked about some of these, but you're going to have your preloaded content, so it's going to save you a lot of time there. You'll see, I'm going to show you one that I've completed, and then another course that I'm teaching that I haven't done anything in, so you can see the differences. You're going to stay compliant. A lot of times people, the deans or administrators say, hey, you need to make sure you have an AI policy in there. I can't tell you how many syllabi still don't have AI policies in there. But now the deans can require that you put your AI policy in there, whether they give you the option of 3 of them, or they say make up your own, but one has to be there. There's a required field. You still maintain full ownership of course policies, right? So I can put whatever I want in a course policies field. That is mine. You'll see the other fields that you can do. As with any system, as we pilot it, as we roll it out, there's going to have to be changes. Nobody can think of everything. What I love is term to term syllabus copy and course to course, because there's a lot of us who teach multiple sections of the same course, or we teach the same course every single semester. So we can just roll these over and reuse these syllabi, changing some small things. We can see how many students and who viewed it, right? So you can see, did your students actually view your syllabus? Again, school and departmental support for sharing a template. So each school can have their own template. In theory, each discipline can have their own template. In theory, each course could have its own template. I don't see us going that way. I'm only one person and I do Canvas. I do HonorLock. I do a number of other systems. I don't see how we're going to have to be able to have all the way down to the discipline. I can at least see each school having it, but that is a decision the deans and Dr. Dwyer would have to make. And it does have a built-in accessibility checker. Right now, it is set that you have to run it in order to submit it. However, Simple Syllabus just changed something, so we may be taking that away, because before it was you just had to run it. You didn't have to fix anything. You just had to run it so you were aware of the issues. Now, there are changes. You have to fix everything. Okay. But as you know, from any accessibility checker, there's a lot of times it tells you have to fix stuff that aren't really issues. So we're probably going to take that requirement away. That's just my guess on that. There's some benefits to the students as well. The syllabus is always accessible in your course. Doesn't matter if you're using a tablet, a mobile phone, anything. It is always immediately accessible as soon as you publish that syllabus. Okay. There's going to be a standardized structure. Whether we love it or not, consistency, standardization to some degree makes sense for students, and they like that basic information in there. We don't want to go back to the Wild West for those of you who are here when we had Blackboard. Everybody's course looks crazy different. Not that everybody's course looked crazy, but just way different. Common complaint of the students back then where I'm taking 5 classes and I have to spend the first several weeks of each semester figuring out where Professor A, B, C, D, and E put their lectures and materials, their assignments, everything. That's why Canvas is very modular and everything's laid out somewhat similar, but it still gives you freedom to do certain things as well. And then that syllabus library I was telling you, accessible by the students. So once you publish it, you'll see it in a minute. Anybody with a Reynolds ID can go in there and see syllabi. I love that. I literally had a student reach out to me yesterday who said, I'm thinking about taking your EDU 280 class. Can I see the syllabus? Because I want to make sure it's going to give me what I want, not just for my teacher relicensure, but for my own information. I want to make sure it's going to be worthwhile to me. So now I can just send them a link from that or send them to the syllabus library. So here's the implementation plan. It may have changed from earlier. If you heard anything from Dr. Jackson or Dr. Dwyer, but this is the official one. Okay. Confirmed now. So I have worked on implementing it this summer. We have it implemented. It's live to a certain extent for so many people to use it. It is now integrated into Canvas. Dr. Jackson and I will be piloting in our courses starting next week. It will be available for anybody who wants to use it for the second 7 weeks. Okay. If you decide you want to use it, you can. I will tell you, there will be one common confusion point for your students that you'll have to make sure you clarify, and that's you will have a syllabus link on your course menu and a simple syllabus link on your course menu. Right? We cannot change that right now without changing every single course for the fall semester, which we're not going to do. In the spring, my hope is to have all that content that resides under syllabus somewhere else in the course blueprint, so you'll only have one syllabus link in your course menu. Okay.
I mean, could we add into the syllabus link a navigation link to Simple Syllabus?
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I do.
But you can also just go to the settings link in Canvas and go to the navigation tab, and then you can pull the syllabus.
You think you can, but you can't, and it will pop back up. Yeah, there are certain required elements in Canvas, and you can't. So
Seems like for those of us who are teaching second 7 weeks, that would be tried, so we're not messing with our 15-week classes. Just try the second 7 weeks, that's the end of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you're not required to do it in the second.
you're not required to do it in the second 7 weeks, but everybody will be required to do it in the spring. And that's by Dr. Dwyer. And yes, I know you think you can do it, but it will pop back. Don't put that on there right now. So we can't lock it. So he just showed me he can pull up Simple Syllabus. Yes, I'm well aware you can, and put it on your course menu.
You
Okay.
can also get rid of the syllabus.
And CJ, if there's a,
When it updates, it'll put it
And when it
back.
updates it, we'll put it back. I promise you. So,
I know.
but you can put Simple Syllabus on there. However, if anybody in here wants to use Simple Syllabus now, we will not support it. Okay, because it is not open, but because Bree and I are piloting it, it's available. There's no way we can just say, make it available to CJ and Bree, right? So please keep that in mind. So that's the implementation schedule as coming. Now I'm going to take you to demonstration, but any questions about the implementation schedule?
Yeah.
I will also tell you there are 2 other colleges in the VCCS. It is, I think it's Thomas Nelson and Germain, who have implemented
Jacob
this.
Peninsula.
Oh, that's what it is now. Thank you. It's Virginia Peninsula. See, showing my age and how long I've been here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I literally drove through Northern Virginia the other day and I saw, what's it called?
Laurel Ridge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Laurel Ridge, and I was like, turned my head to my daughter. I'm like, what is that community? I was like, that's right. It used to be Lower Fairfax.
They don't like Ridge anymore.
Yeah. So But their overwhelming positive feedback from faculty and students on Simple Syllabus and the adoption. I will also tell you their support is top notch. You get a response from their support in 6 minutes during their normal business hours, which I think are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 kind of deal. But 6 minutes, that's unheard of. So I've tested it. It's true. So I've never got a late response at all. So let me show you a little bit. I think I'm going to have to reshare my screen here, so bear with me. Let me just share them. Yes.
I think that we're gonna need an adjunct for, implementation in spring, like sometimes we are hiring adjuncts. But, around December 20th and HR is trying to push them through and then they're gonna start on January 10th or 12th.
So what do you mean by how kind? Are they, the deans are going to be responsible for saying when their syllabus has to be published? It's just when your course is going to be published, I would assume you've got to have your syllabus there, right? So that doesn't matter whether they have to do it on paper or here. This is actually easier than doing it on paper. So it will take them less time. Will there be multiple PD sessions? Absolutely. I will be giving them, and Simple Syllabus is going to be providing them, and they're recorded. So yes, but really, I promise you, you will see in a minute just how easy this system is. Yes.
This goes to her question. You said term to term copying. Can I copy mine to another person?
You can share your syllabus. Yes.
Okay, so like we have in the past, you can just give an adjunct, say, here, take
Yep.
this, personalize it.
Yep.
Perfect.
So when you come into Simple Syllabus, this is just me logging in to their website. So you'll first, this is my home screen. I have a to-do. This is the SDV class I'm starting to teach. And then you have my ed tech class here, right? This
It's
is
not showing.
just shared the entire screen. How is it not showing? All right.
You
Stop
may have
sharing.
shared the other one.
Share that. Do you have it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Perfect.
thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. So on this side of the screen, you have my SDV course to do. I haven't done anything with it yet. Okay. I'm not finished. This one is completed. I can still edit. I can view it. I can print it, or I can share it. Okay. So these bars right here, because it's published, it just shows me none of my students have viewed it. It's now 50% of them did. It would be grayed out to the middle. I can click it and see exactly the name of each student who viewed it and who has not viewed it.
I don't think we have what we're supposed to have. We're seeing something that says, welcome back, CJ. You have one task to complete.
That's it.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
the
okay.
right side of the screen is my SPV class. On the left side, that shows that I have to do it. And on the right side is my ed tech class, which is completed.
Thank you.
And
Sure.
how did you get here? Did you show the steps to get here?
I just logged into Simple Syllabus, which when it gets implemented, will share the URL to everybody, but you can get it from Canvas as well.
Thank
And I will show you that in a minute. So if I want to view it, just to let you see what it looks like as a completed syllabus, click view, and here it is. We have links over here to each section, right? I can search the syllabus. I can edit from here. I can download it. I can share it. The view report will bring up my students. Remember, nobody viewed it yet. I can export that report as well by the export button. But all down here is everything that is in here. Okay, now this is my completed syllabus, right? Some of this stuff was pre-populated. Some of this stuff I had to put in, and we'll show you that again. Again, some of the stuff I can have my own late work policy, right? Nothing is mandated there. This is all here ready to go. It literally took me less than 10 minutes to do this. Now, next term, I'm just going to roll it over, right?
And is that all 100% accessible?
Mine is.
Sitting there looking at an URL.
Mine is. This is 100% accessible because I fixed everything, okay, that needed to be in there. What do you think is not accessible?
I thought they told us not to put the URL like the HTTPS because the screen readers will read that letter.
Oh, the links?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those links are supposed to be like words with
So,
links attached.
Yeah, so this right there, technically you're 100% right. This is, again, this is not ready to go, but
Yeah.
yes, what we should have here is Reynolds Community College's
Like
academic
links, yeah,
integrity
right.
policy and with the
Yeah.
link. Yeah, the URL, you're absolutely right, should not be there. Yep. I thought you were talking about like this table up here and everything that it puts in there. This is accessible. Okay. But I think that it might actually be the only thing is the URLs.
Yeah, what's the first table?
The first table here
So
is the course content schedule. That's something I put in.
Next,
Right. So the next one down here is everything it pulled, and it tells you Canvas assignment sync.
Is there a reason why it doesn't pull the due dates?
That's a good question. I never even picked up on that. They are in Canvas. They should be here. Yes.
Is it up front, up top though with your other table?
Well, this is, yeah, because I manually put that in there. But this should automatically be pulled from Canvas. So, yeah. So, again, why we beta test, why Bree and I are testing this. But, yes, your due dates should all be right here. So, that should, well, let's see if there's something in edit here real quick that'll let me to pull it. See, if I click edit, I can come in here, pencil edit. If I had a co-instructor, I could add them. What you can't edit are things that automatically were there, such as the course description, the SIS file. Notice there is no way for me to do that. I can edit this. Text, we were talking about required text. There are no materials for my course. I can edit that and I can put in a book. I can search by ISBN number, add an image, right, with it. I can add new material or any optional text and materials I want here. Course policies are 100% mine. I put that information in there, okay? Course content schedule, I put that in there. What you have to be careful about is not copying and pasting a table from Word because it'll bring in a bunch of that XML code. They encourage you to use the table right here, builder here, if you're going to use a table, okay? And it tells you little tidbits right here.
CJ.
Yes.
When you have the course content schedule, are you absolutely committed to putting in deadlines that you have to stick to in that course content schedule?
You're the instructor. It's up to you and your course policies. You put the course content schedule in there.
Okay.
So if you decide to change something, it would just be the same as if you had this in your syllabus.
Yeah, I just
Because
don't
this is your syllabus.
Okay. Thank you.
And then again, everything from Canvas. Now, if I want to synchronize it again, I can just click that little toggle. Still didn't pull in my due date, so we're going to figure that out. But your due date should be here. Let's see. Oh, see, it wants me to pull that in manually. Yeah, that's not okay. I'm going to see if we can get that automatically from Canvas. All right.
Will these show up if they're not published?
Yes. And this is published, by the way.
No, but I mean, if the assignment itself is.
Oh, if the course is not published?
No, if the assignment is
Well,
not.
all my assignments are 100% published.
But if you're
My
not- if-
entire course is not published, but hey,
Well, what about like the templates that are
sometimes
unpublished?
we don't want
Are
the
those gonna show up
assignment
in
to
this?
show up yet, and so we haven't published them, is it still going to pull them through?
probably. I have not tried it yet, but that's,
In the database, the.
That's an
entire-
important thing, I think.
I agree.
but here's the thing though. Let's see. Yeah, they'll get the assignment is not published there, but no, but I was hoping it would pull my due dates when I published my course, but it did not.
Actually, I'm looking at one of mine here and it's not pulling in like the templates. So those would be unpublished ones and it doesn't show.
Good. And you can add items, but you can delete items here too, right? So if it pulls in something like the templates, you can just hit the delete here. And remember, it's not going to delete it from Canvas, but it will prevent it from showing up in your syllabus. Okay?
And there's no update coming over from Canvas to put that back.
Nope. Nope. If you delete it, it should stick. And I only say should because I haven't used it live yet. Okay. So I didn't make any changes I want to make. So now everything's published for me. Again, I can print, I can share. If you have something here that you want to edit, right? You're working on your first time syllabus, you simply come to your home page in Simple Syllabus via Canvas or via the standard URL. You have a couple of options. If I've already taught this class or I've already done this syllabus, an SDV 100 syllabus from section 01, I can just choose replace with a different syllabus, choose the one I've already created, and boom, it will populate everything automatically for me, and I can make tweaks to it if I need to.
And it'll change all the information for the new course, like section number and all that automatically.
All that's already pre-populated. Yep. Come down here and it is fill in the blank, right? With any new system, there's going to be some things we're going to have to work through. There's going to be a learning curve, right? But if I wanted to add my student engagement hours, I simply click the edit icon. I can put anything in here I want. Okay, I can even add my own headshot. Every single thing comes from some contextualized instructions automatically from Simple Syllabus. Come on, pull it up. And then you just simply, and you see it pulls in the title, everything there, the course description, the course modality. Didn't pull in the course objectives because that file wasn't there. So there's nothing wrong with your course. It's just, I'm going to have to get with our SIS people and say, hey, this is not in there and it needs to be in there for the file. So whether they'll tell me, hey, we're not doing it or okay is yet to be determined. But you can put them in here once just from your course content summary, put them in there. And then the required field will go away and you will be good to go. And once you put it in once, you can reuse that syllabus over and over and over. You're
Excuse me, does office hours, does that go in the upper part where it says engagement hours?
Yep, right here, you click there. Now remember, guys, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I got 13 minutes left. This is a demonstration, not a training session. Okay. So keep that in mind. I will have a lot of PD sessions for you guys. Yes, I promise. But I love the questions because like the due date thing, it should have automatically populated. So that's something I got to take back and get fixed really quick. Come back here. We have our tech support. If you want to put something else in here for tech support, such as, hey, before reaching out to the help desk, please feel free to reach out to me. Or if you need help with Canvas, you can go to the help button in Canvas. You can put something else in there, whatever you like.
The publisher has a help support for students.
That would be a perfect one. Absolutely. Course policies, anything you want in there. Course content schedule, your assignment sync. This we do need to change. Your AI policy. And then your important dates is the academic calendar, your attendance policy, your grading policy, your late work policy, right? And then anything you want to add here, etc. So you have a lot of freedom to still add what you want. The institutional policies, some of them will be put in here as the deans determine, right? Everything that's in here, like these, and they all should appear like that. The deans have said, hey, we want this in every syllabus. Okay? Now, whether they'll change their mind and want to add some things or delete some things over time with use, we can do that. But the idea here is a lot of these areas are in there. And what I despise is every single semester, I have to click every single link in my syllabus because Reynolds has been known a lot to just change the URL to something and not tell anybody, right? So this will be there. Or if you reach out to me and say, hey, this student support services link's not working, I can change it in one place and it will filter down to everybody so you guys don't have to worry
So if
about
they
it.
change something in the middle of the semester
We're gonna beat them.
and somebody knows you, it's happened, you can change it there
Yes,
And then can you force that to sync out?
it will automatically sync. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
All the stuff that's gonna pre-populate, you have control.
Yes and no.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff that pre-populates is done through through SIS. But anything that's not done in SIS, like your basic course information, yes, we have control. So, yes. Yes, Don.
Doesn't a lot of this stuff duplicate what's already in Canvas and all those little links about students?
See, and that's why you're not going live now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
And that was what I talked to Dr. Dwyer about, because we're gonna have to move some of that stuff in Canvas to somewhere else, right? Whether the deans and the administration says, hey, we still want that stuff in Canvas, or we don't need it in Canvas, remove it, or we want it over here in Canvas. That will all be done by the time spring courses get built. Okay, I don't have time to do this by next week, nor does Dev, for fall courses. And even if I did, you guys have been in building your courses. I don't want to change anything in your course sites because then you'll be mad at me. And rightfully so. So that's kind of the way it works. It's pretty easy, pretty intuitive. You can even work on future courses. Like you can come here, click future, and it will show you if they are populated, which they're not yet, spring 27 courses. So this was populated now, and you wanted to get to work on your spring 27 syllabus, you could.
How far in advance will they populate?
That we're still
We
working
do
out
the
the dates.
schedule So far in advance now.
Right, but we do the schedule, but it's limited schedule, right? So we send them the file. No, the course is open, but we don't know what instructor's teaching what all the time. Okay, that's what I mean by limited. This has to know, and this doesn't actively talk back and forth to SIS like Canvas does. We have to send them a file. So that's part of, again, why it's not being implemented till spring and fall, because I need to know if I email John Doe, I'm not gonna give out people's names, and say I need this information, they don't work for me. They have been very responsive. Okay, somebody's got to give me the stick to be able to say, hey, you have to respond to me by this date, so I can get it to Simple Syllabus and get it implemented. But yes, so my guess, and this is just a guess, I create, let's say, spring courses by right around the 1st of November, that we would send the file to them near that time, and everything would be updated at that time.
That's what I was gonna ask, if
Yeah.
this would be available like on the Canvas shelf there.
That's what I'm hoping it will be. That's what my recommendation has been. Yes. Yes.
I just want to make sure I understand the two interlocking questions. Is Canvas the boss of Simple Syllabus, and Simple Syllabus is an app within that we're just applying to?
So Simple Syllabus is a separate piece, but it's integrated through Canvas, so you can get to it through Canvas.
Therefore, can you make an announcement add an announcement in Simple Syllabus and use Studio from Canvas?
You don't make an announcement in Simple Syllabus. You don't make an announcement in
They
your
had
syllabus.
a thing there for your STV that looked like add a video or something like that, so we couldn't like.
No.
A way to make a visual welcome to a
You do
syllabus.
your visual, you do your announcement in Canvas.
Yeah.
Okay, right, just like right now, your syllabus lies under syllabus. There will be, I'll show you in a minute, a Simple Syllabus link, okay, to go in there. You're not doing any announcement or anything in here in Simple Syllabus. Okay, this is just your syllabus, and that's it. All right, so because we're running out of time, here's what it'll look like in a course. Okay, notice you will, right now, I have Simple Syllabus and syllabus, right? That's what I told you about. That will go away in the spring. If you click Simple Syllabus, this is the built-in integration, right? So it brings up your syllabus, just like clicking on it before, okay? Because I'm a teacher assigned here, I can edit it, right? Students obviously would not be able to edit it, okay? So same thing as we viewed before. This is the syllabus here. Students can download it, they can print it, they can view it on a mobile device, okay? They can link. Check out the academic integrity policy, okay? That's basically the functionality in Canvas. Now, you can edit it right from here. You don't have to go to Simple Syllabus. I like to go to Simple Syllabus because I see all my syllabi there, and I can work on one, get it done, then move to the other and get it done. The other thing you can do in Simple Syllabus is we can go to the syllabus library. Okay, now this is going to be built out. My syllabus is the only one that lives in here right now. So obviously we have the different schools. This is mine, that's why it's appearing right here. But if I were to go in the School of Business, Humanities, and Public Service, there would be my syllabus along with any other syllabi in that school that's been published. Okay, so your dean can get access to it this way, your department chairs, you can get access this way. Anybody with a Reynolds ID can get it. And again, you can view, print, and share. We can also search. So if I go back, I can search by course prefix, course number, or even instructor, okay, and find their syllabi. And again, once we find it, we can just view it, and it'll look just like that. Now, because I'm the teacher, I still have edit and view report. If you came in and looked at my syllabus, you would only have the syllabus. You, just like the student, you wouldn't be able to edit. Okay. So there's some other functionality. If we have, well, we do have a little bit of time. We can get into building additional templates in Simple Syllabus if we want. And you're not going to have the reporting and all that for state. You'll have home, syllabus library, and that's it. Yes.
Okay, so just for clarity's sake, in the spring, we will no longer have the just regular syllabus button.
Correct.
We will only have simple syllabus. Will this also delete the calendar?
No,
The calendar will still be there.
the calendar is a separate thing in Canvas altogether. Yes.
Okay, so calendar will still be there, but simple syllabus will be there, but just the syllabus will no longer be there.
Correct. Now, we may be able to rename it just syllabus, and that's my hope, because students don't care that it's called simple syllabus,
Yeah.
right? So, and to me, if I'm a student, I'm like, that's just ridiculous. But yes, I'm hoping just to have just syllabus, but I don't know. I don't know that we can change it, because remember, Reynolds doesn't have our own instance of Canvas. We're a sub-account of the VCCS, but because
Right.
VCCS has syllabus, we may need to call it Simple Syllabus or Reynolds Syllabus or something, right? So that's to be determined. I'm hoping we can do it in our sub-account, but yes, it's gonna go. You're not gonna have two of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Also for clarity, just when in Canvas, if you're an administrator, if you're a department chair, then you can view all your instructors or your adjunct syllabi, but you can't mess with them. You can just
Correct.
then activate, ask them to make corrections.
Right.
That's still gonna be true in Simple Syllabus.
Anybody can view anything in Simple Syllabus with a Reynolds.
Can't edit.
Nope, you will not be able to edit. Well, I mean, if your dean says, hey, we're gonna give you edit permissions for this, for or for business courses, then yeah, you can do it in Simple Syllabus. But my guess is, and again, this is just a guess, because it hasn't all been flushed out. You guys are asking a great question, but these are questions that are way down the road. My guess is they're gonna want to keep everything similarly structured as Canvas. Would be my guess. So if you can't edit in there, you can't there. And the other reason behind it is we literally just had an instructor who somebody put an instructor in another instructor in their course without their permission, made changes. Right. So I think it might, those, hey, one bad apple kind of messes it up for everybody. That might end up filtering down. I don't know. If it's up to me, my recommendation is leaving permissions like Canvas. So. Yes, ma'am. I'll get you in 1 second. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Being that we have this library, are
Mhm.
we still going to have to put this or the URL link to the Simple Syllabus that we end up creating in SharePoint?
Nope.
Or can it take that off?
You won't have to worry about SharePoint anymore, because all your administrators can get it into the repository. So
They just can't get the attention.
SharePoint for syllabus.
for syllabus,
Yeah.
right? I'm not talking about, this is syllabus only. What they're gonna do with everything else, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, hold on. He was first. I'm sorry, Stephanie.
Yeah, do you think it will have a feature, let's say you found some mistake on your syllabus and you update it? Do you think it's gonna send a reminder for a student, this is being edited?
No. You can tell your students that it's been edited in an announcement in Canvas,
Yeah.
but it won't send a notification to the students that it's been edited. Good question, though.
The course learning outcomes, you said they come from, supposed to come from SharePoint.
Six.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I saw yours were bulleted. Can we change that to numbers? Because you know how.
Yeah.
Link.
Yeah, I just bulleted mine.
Okay,
You can,
okay.
that's a free text field.
Okay.
So yeah, anything you can do in a rich content editor, you can do in a reading. And I will probably take the bullets out of mine because I just don't like the way it looks. So. So I think it's gonna be a good thing. Like I said, I'm piloting it in a couple of days. I think it looks nice. There are some minor changes that do need to be made. I'm hoping that we can get the due dates to come in automatically from Canvas, because that's something I just noticed. Thanks to everybody. And the URLs will be changed to actual wording, instead of, it'll just be a word link and a descriptive link instead of a URL. And then we'll have to work out permissions, and then the deans will have to look at this because they gave us the required fields that they wanted in there. My guess is just like anything else, once they actually see it, they're gonna want some changes. And then once it goes live, not just for the 7-week 2, but also for the spring, we're gonna get input from faculty, department chairs, and deans. There might be some more changes.
I didn't see our accessibility statement, the legalese one that we're supposed to have on.
There wasn't, I thought there was an accessibility statement.
There is, but it doesn't have the new one that we're supposed to have on everything.
Okay, so then that'll be updated. Let's see.
It's very.
Yeah.
It was mentioned yesterday too.
Yeah.
That everybody has.
So the only thing that we have in here right now takes us here, but, yes, those are things that can be changed pretty easily and rather quickly. Any questions about it? Now remember, we're gonna have to do more changes. I guarantee you, once I go live with it, I'm gonna want some changes. Just like anything when you do it the first
How
time.
soon will we have access for like?
For 7-week 2, do I know the exact dates you're gonna be able to access? Well, yes, I do. You can access it now. But I wouldn't use it.
Right.
And if you do use it now, one, I can't support it. 2, no, if you put something in there and it gets wiped out, sorry, because we're telling you not to use it now, but you could play with it if you want. I don't have a problem with anybody playing with it. Just don't publish anything. But I'm hoping to get a PD schedule out in the next week or 2 for probably 1 or so a week and get Simple Syllabus to do one, because I would really like, does anybody know when 7-week 2 classes start? October
20th.
20th. So I'd really love for y'all to have full access to it by October 1st. That would be my wish.
When you say play with it but don't publish, what do you do to publish?
You hit submit.
Oh, okay.
So like when you go to edit,
So that's what moves you to the completed column.
yes. So when I go to my home, edit this one.
Play with that one all you want, as long as you don't click the
Yep.
submit button.
See, right now submit's grayed out. Why? Because I haven't done all the required things. But if you go through and enter everything and hit submit, one of a couple things are gonna happen. It might get white, can't get mad, 'cause I'm telling you not to do it. Or it might permanently be in there, something that you don't want in there, or that, I didn't mean to put that in there. So, but you can always go back and re-edit. So just don't publish it. Feel free to go in there, look at it. Just, if you don't hit submit, you're okay, nothing's gonna happen.
DJ, I
It
think,
will save, but it won't submit it. It'll only save for your viewpoint. Yes, who had a
CJ.
question online?
yeah, I think it's going to be really important to test whether or not if you do not have an assignment published, if it actually shows up. And there's no way to test that on my
We
end.
already did. Jason just said it doesn't pull in.
Oh,
correct?
cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Templates are showing up in my grade book, but they're not showing up on the.
But they're not published, correct? Perfect. Yeah, so it doesn't do it.
So you don't need to actually publish it to know that. Okay, great. Thank you, Jason.
No problem.
Yes, ma'am.
So is this gonna be UCF wide or are we like piloting this?
No, neither. It is per school. Each school has to buy it that wants it. And Virginia Peninsula and Germanna have been using it for a couple of years. We're now just deciding.
Cause I'm just thinking on my English ESL EDE peer reviewing in October, would everybody be doing this? Would it be worth bringing it out?
No, they will not.
Okay.
There's only 3 schools right now that are doing it. Piedmont's thinking about it, and that's the only one that I know that's thinking about it. Now, we will have this for a minimum of 5 years. We've pre-purchased 5 years, so you don't have to worry about it going away next year. So that's always a good thing. But I think it's really nice. What I've been using so far, it's great. Their support is very responsive. And I love the easy integration into Canvas. I love the mobile compatibility for the students. And I love the fact that I don't have to publish my syllabus to SharePoint anymore. So it's all done. And I don't have to change but a little bit of stuff after I get the first one done. Next semester, I will only have to change a few small things.
What formats does does this program export to?
I
PDF?
believe it's a PDF, but let's see.
Is it accessible?
Yes,
Properly tagged?
it is a 100% accessible PDF. So it'll print to a PDF. Let's see if we download yep, PDF. So it exports it to a PDF file.
Great, thank you.
Sure. All right, well, thank you for coming. More to come. As this gets filled out, we have the PD sections. We will invite everybody. But the best thing is when it gets live and we put it out there, please use it. Please play with it. That's the only way you're going to learn. And you're going to have to use it in the spring. So, but like I said, if you can fill in blank, you can use it. It's pretty simple.
The big end.
That's big. Well, Jason's kind of right now.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you all.